Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Gemini for the month of September 2022. We are in the Virgo season. So the element is Earth, and you, Gemini, are in your fourth house, which is house and home. So all things will be sort of centered around house and home. How you feel about that. You could be moving to a new house, you could be improving your house, all the things, or just loving being at home or wanting to be at home. All these different things will be going on in this time for you, Gemini. But you have a bit of grief there, Gemini. There's a bit of grief as the energy around. A bit of sadness may waft in. And sure enough, at home and house and home, there's always something. Yeah, there is. That sometimes grief does live there, doesn't it? Or there's that extra chair at the table that is there. And we can't see who sits on it, but we know who is in it, if you know what I mean. There's always that. So that could, yeah, that's the energy this month, but never mind, Gemini, there's always a time where we just need to sort of acknowledge this grief in the 12 months of the year, and it is unpleasant and we don't like it, but when it comes around, it needs to be respected. So there, let's see what comes from the reading before anything else. And then we have Two of Wands, and typical Gemini, moving ahead, decisions to be made, new projects. Where are you going to go? You're going to go for the known or the unknown. So you've got the sun there on one beacon and the moon on the other one, and you've got a journey forward, a decision to make. It will progress very quickly, whatever you decide. Your options are good, but it's about where you want to go with it. Where it will take you, and you will know that intuitively anyway, Gemini, because you're very good networkers, and you're the queen and kings of networking in this world. So that's a nice card to have. New beginnings coming up, starting projects, yeah, and just sort of working hard at them. They will have a lot of merit though, and they will move quickly, because that's the nature of a Gemini. They're constantly on the hunt for the next thing. What are we going to do? Who are we going to sell to? It's going to be fabulous. It's always fabulous about Gemini. And then we have, crossing that card, we have the beautiful Fool. So there's a new journey coming up, a brand new story about to start for you, Gemini, with the Fool there. So just jump off that cliff. We don't know where it's going to land yet. But the main thing is, and you no need to tell Geminis to jump off the cliff. They will jump before they're pushed. They're not ones to sit round going, oh, I'm too scared. They'll just go, oh, look, quickly, get me to where I need to be. Beautiful card. So the Fool is the start of a new journey in its entirety. And with the Two of Wands underneath it, so this will influence every card for this season, this reading. And so I think it's a brilliant card, because you can sort of just go with the flow with it as well, Gemini, as you love to do. Let's see what was happening in July, August for you. And we had the High Priestess, so very quiet, very keeping your own counsel. Something about your daughter coming through as well there, Geminis. It's High Priestess always represents the daughter and the higher levels of things, very intuitive. Most Geminis that I know, I'm lucky to know, and you know who you are very intuitive beings, incredibly so, actually. Scarily so. So this is about that energy as well with the High Priestess. She very much keeps her own counsel. She's highly intuitive, and people... Yeah, but people might have been looking at you and thinking, oh, who is this High Priestess person? What? She's got something, but she's keeping her cards very close to her chest. But that's still going on a bit for you, maybe this new project, this new journey, and that's all right. But I'm just here to interpret the steps of the journey for you. As you know, Gemini, Recent influence says we have the Ace of Cups, so something fabulous. Maybe you've reconnected with someone from the past, or you've met up with somebody that just things click with. It's a beautiful card, and most people love to get this card because it's the card of real connection, hand in glove connection. It's emotional and it's very sort of spiritual as well. So whatever this connection is, well, it's sort of, this is the journey, this is what it's meant to be. So let's just see where that takes us. But a really nice card to have in a reading, especially, isn't it, Gemini, just to know that you connect with, usually it's with other people, but it can also be like a wish or a desire or a project, but we'll see. We'll see what pans out. The lesson. And we have the Scorpio card, so real transformation there, really transforming yourself, going to where you want to be, changing things that you want to change. Scorpio is really like a very deep running, deep diving card. It really goes to the bottom of everything and looks at everything and sort of is very thorough, and it's a transformation. It's when one themselves wants that change, so you make the change happen for yourself, and it's not as easy as it may seem, but it is beautiful. And then we have the King of Wands coming in, so the King of Wands is very much about just some guy. Actually, it talks about a man that comes and goes. He's not there all the time. He's a troubleshooter. He comes in and he goes out, but he's very inspirational, actually, this person. He may be this person here, this connection that you have, but he's really great, really good for you too, because he's a fire sign. It goes well with Gemini because they're very similar elements. They go fire and air. It can really be. We know what happens when those two get together. So it's quite interesting. And he's coming in the near future, so we'll see what he's bringing with him. But it's usually a lot of inspiration, a lot of aspiration, a lot of energy with the King of Wands. But he doesn't stay long, like he's sort of like a visitor type of a person. What's happening you're not realising, and going with the flow, is this story with the Hanging Man and patience. So don't be getting all Gemini and wanting everything to happen and manifest here and now. You've got to learn that patience first, Gemini. So things will go as they're meant to go, not when you sort of command. Going with the flow. How others see you. Yeah, and just being a bit held back. You don't like that. You don't like that at all. You just want to go charged. It's like a wild horse running through everything. But yeah, maybe feeling a bit held back, but just go with the flow with that, Gemini. Don't worry so much. Focus on other things. If you get held back, you always know there's a way around it, but I think this time it's with patience. Positive feelings. 10 of Coins. Excellent card there. Stability. Things going really well for you, Gemini. You've got no worries in the finance and the earthiness of your life. It's all good. It's all stable. There's some big things happening, I believe, in your emotional life, but that's good as well. There's also some lessons, you know, you've got to be just reined in a little bit there, but all will work out well. But you've got, the lesson is, you know, transformation. That's your lesson. Okay, now let's have a look at the final card. And people from your past come popping back in, or people that you haven't seen for a while pop back in. This is akin to this Ace of Cups as well. So people that you haven't seen for a while suddenly seem to sort of appear magically out of nowhere, or you meet people who remind you of that you, or you feel like you know them but you don't, but it's a very strong bond. I call this the past life card, and it's a very interesting card. And it may be someone that you've been yearning to catch up with, and suddenly, you know, you've forgotten about them and there they are. So it's a beautiful card, actually. Right, let's see your lesson. Peace, compassion, forgiveness. These are the real ultimate sources of power for peace and success in life. Interesting. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, Gemini. Thanks so much for listening. See you next time.